Good afternoon. Usually people will say good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everyone doing today? Awesome. I just want to say thank you for coming out to the community conversation today. My name is Monique French. I am the pastor and the director here at Washington Heights United Methodist Church. And we are excited about having you all here so that we can have some conversation. I know we haven't had any of these this year, but we had some last year and I believe the year before. So we thank you all for coming out and taking the time out of your schedule. What I'd like to do is, can we put our hands together for Uncle Ice catering service who catered the food on today? Our volunteers who are serving, so we thank God for them. And then I thank God for each and every one of you. So put your hands together for yourselves. So everyone should have received a assessment, a community assessment. Please fill that out and make sure you give it either to myself or Miss Brenda. Wave your hand. Give it to Brenda or Miss Brenda or Miss Cynthia in the back. So please make sure that one of us get the community assessment back, and we're going to move right along because there's a lot to share with you all today. So I know that last year we talked to you all about the Recover Our Neighborhood project, which was I think we started it last year. We have been able to successfully install the outdoor walking track with the lighting around the facility. We've also acquired some MISHDA funding where we're able to do energy efficiency repairs in the community, and so we're excited about that. Once people get their energy audit, those repairs will be able to be underway. We've also purchased some homes and rehab those, and so we want to would you please put your hands together for the guys who have been working on those houses. We thank God for them. And then to give you an update, so we are actually looking to build our first house this year.
All right.
So our date, we're looking to try to break ground in April. So we are excited about that. So continue to keep us in your prayers. We're developing some great partnerships in this community. So we have a lot of stuff in store. But what's most important is that we have an opportunity to hear from you. So we ask that you please fill these assessments out so that we can look at it, because your voice is very instrumental in the things that we do. So we want to hear from you, okay? All right, so with that being said, I am going to stop talking and I'm going to pass the mic because we have a lot of people who are going to share information with you, and so we're just excited about it. Are you ready? Yeah. All right, so we're going to ask Dr. Nakia Bayless to please come up. She's with the Village Network, and they're going to give some update information, followed by Corporal Shannon O'Brien. She's going to be, Corporal Sean O'Brien. I'm sorry, I said Shannon, didn't I? I'm looking at people. Okay, Corporal Sean O'Brien. She's going to be after Dr. Bayless.
Thank you, Pastor French. Well, good afternoon. It is a pleasure to be here. I am Dr. Nakia Bayless. I serve as the Executive Director for the Village Network of Battle Creek. I was born and raised in Battle Creek. I am a proud product of Battle Creek, so I bring my talents and skills back home to do what's right for my hometown. So that's first and foremost. While I'm here, I'm on assignment from God. He said, do some things, so I'm here to do some things. So let me tell you about the Village Network and what we do. We're an advocacy organization, and we prioritize economic justice and social justice, within those education justice as well. Under those, in our economic justice priority area, we have 4 priorities that we really work diligently to achieve in Battle Creek. Access to education and credentials, reduction in race-driven wage gaps, increased wages for low-wage earners, and increased property ownership. So you can see why we're here supporting Pastor French today. We want to see an increase in property ownership, development, and prosperity in our underserved, underinvested in people and places. Under our social justice area, we have a 4-point plan that includes 1, neighborhood engagement, hence again why we are definitely here supporting. We love to see the people out engaging, communicating, fellowshipping together, and dreaming together so that we can activate those dreams into reality. 2, neighborhood organizing. 3, neighborhood advocacy. And 4, neighborhood sustainability. So I want to definitely ask that everyone, again, give Pastor French a round of applause for the work that she is doing in this community to sustain our neighborhood, to retain the people, and to build it up for better. So thank you. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to meet with people, all of you, because y'all are, I work for y'all, just FYI. So y'all can call on me anytime, and I will set aside time to speak with each and every one of you, because it is important that we understand what you aspire to see, have, and be in this community. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I'm going to set my papers right here. I'm Corporal Sean O'Brien. Most of you probably see me in uniform. I am the Community Liaison Officer for Washington Heights neighborhood. I've been here in Battle Creek for 15 years. I have previously 9 years, so I have 23 years in law enforcement. Community policing is not new to me. I enjoy being in the neighborhood. I enjoy working here. Today, what I want to share with you are our neighborhood crime stats. So every month, the second Monday at 6 o'clock, we have the Washington Heights neighborhood meeting, okay? You come there, you listen to our, me. Actually, there's 2 officers. We have another officer that's there, Corporal Jim. Other people from the city are there to share information. What we don't get is we don't get a lot of citizens that come there. We're very blunt and direct, like I am. If it's not a police matter, we'll let you know that's not a police matter. Okay? So some of the statistics we have going on, Part 1 and Part 2 crimes, have you ever heard of those? They've been around forever and ever. Part 1 crimes are your serious crimes. All of this comes down from the federal government, okay? Part 1 crimes are the serious crimes, and out of the 9 neighborhoods, we were number 5 with those type crimes reported and police reports taken, okay? You understand where I'm coming from with that? Part 1 and Part 2 crimes. Part 2 crimes are less serious crimes. A Part 2 crime may be a larceny. A Part 1 crime may be an arson or a murder, okay? Out of our arrests for the month of January, I'm giving you information for the month of January. Out of the arrests out of the 9 neighborhoods, we had quite a few. We had 2. Now, arrest is just all arrests. It could be warrants. I'm sorry. It could be warrants. Am I speaking loud enough without the mic? No? Okay. You can hear me better now? Okay. Out of all arrests, it can include warrants. It can include a new charge, whatever it is. That's just all arrest in all of the Washington Heights. And it may go outside the Washington Heights neighborhood. The city has a different boundary lines. Okay? So everything for us doesn't appear that it's getting worse. Okay? If you have any questions when we're done, come talk to me. I'll be here to share.
5 out of how many?
9.
9, okay, 9.
Good evening, everybody. How y'all doing tonight? Good. My name is Janasia Morris, and I am the Ward 2 City Commissioner. Washington Heights is a part of Ward 2, so I represent you all. I do have some things to share with you all, but first I want to say that on my journey as a commissioner, I have learned that things take time. I'm from the generation of social media where if I want it, I get it right now, and I don't have to wait for things. So me understanding that some of the things that I wanted on my first day as a commissioner, I'm still working on, or some of the things that I first thought that I was gonna do, I learned that there's 20 steps that I have to do before I get there. And a lot of people in the community don't understand all of the work that goes into the background of it. But I appreciate you all for being here, because all of you that are here, you can share with me how you want me to represent you. And for this is my second term as a commissioner. So for the entirety of my time being on the commission, I've asked people to show up at our city commission meetings. See 2 of our regulars right there. They don't miss a meeting. And so they know what's going on, and they can come back and share that with the NPC meetings. But I need to see more of you all there so you can understand what's going on. I can post on my Facebook all I want, but I only have about 25% of you all that even see my social media posts or that I see on a daily basis. I am in the community. As you can see, I still got on my work clothes. I work at Battle Creek Central as their communities and schools site coordinator. So I'm connected with a lot of the youth. And so I cross paths with a lot of people, but I don't get the opportunity to share it with the community as a whole. And I'm always saying I like to meet people where they're at, but I can only meet you halfway. I need y'all to come to me as well. So as far as what I have to share, recently I have been, I won't say elected, but I've been nominated by the City Commission to represent the entire city of Battle Creek on the Transportation Authority for Calhoun County. So what that means is we will be reworking what transportation looks like, not just in Battle Creek, but in the county as a whole. So that may mean that in August or November, we see something on the ballot asking you all to support that. I won't speak to any specifics right now because we are still working it out, but I just wanted to give you all a heads up that I am in support of public transportation across the county as a whole. I do think that we need that to connect each other and expand our services. I know a lot of you all know how many service cuts that our transportation system has had. And we get people at our city commission meetings that tell us that they can't get their medicine, they can't get their food, they can't get their groceries. And I want to be able to solve that problem, but it's not a problem that the city can solve on its own. We need the constituents to help us solve that issue. Our transit system is basically funded by grants. And we all know that if you're dependent on grants, you never know if you're not going to get that grant anymore. So we want to make our system more sustainable and invest into our system as a community. So I just wanted to share that all with you all, and I'm not sure how many people are familiar with some of the updates that were planned at Claude Evans Park. So some of the holdup on that was getting fiber laid so that we could provide Wi-Fi to operate the smart cameras, as well as we're trying to provide Wi-Fi to the surrounding neighbors that live around Washington, so they'll have public Wi-Fi as well. And I am so happy and proud and glad to announce that we are finally getting that fiber laid. I just thank you all for the support that you give to me, and I want to implore you once again to get more involved in your community and get involved at these meetings so you can understand what's going on and you can share that with the people that you know, because each one teach one, and that's it.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Can everybody hear me? Yes, sir. All right. I'm Fire Marshal Jones from the Battle Creek Fire Department. Basically, native of Battle Creek, born and raised, been with the fire department almost 28 years. So there's my story. Wanted to talk to you all about basically one of the goals, big important goals in the community in regards to the fire department is that we would like to see smoke alarms in every home. We've been working on that goal since when I got hired back in the department in 1996, where we had received a grant and we had various smoke alarms that we were doing installations in the community, trying to get smoke alarms in homes. Fortunately, we have been able to maintain that throughout the years, and it has been challenging because, as we know, that prices of things increase. We've been involved with campaigns and coalitions where we've been able to receive smoke alarms. We even had a feature where we featured carbon monoxide alarms with our smoke alarm campaign, one in every home. And so, since I've been on as fire marshal in the Fire Prevention Bureau almost 10 years now, getting close to that, we've still been able to maintain that. We currently have received a grant, FEMA government grant, close to the amount of $90,000, where we are now basically having more alarms, and we're doing this in a campaign feature for smoke alarm installations. What we're doing is that through data of the fire department based upon fire incidents, things of that sort, we have determined areas that we're going to prioritize in relation to where we're going to be installing these alarms. The forecast as it relates to the current situation on the inventory, we have basically 2 years that this alarm, this granting is appropriated for. And so during those 2 years, the first year we are installing 500 smoke alarms, and we are also installing 250 carbon monoxide alarms, in addition to education materials in different languages as it relates to Hispanic, Burmese, English. So our first focus for the first year, which is this year, 2024, is we are looking to start the installation group from the data that we have basically received and put together based upon fire incidents and things of that sort. The locations are going to be MPC 2 and MPC 3. Okay. Can't give you accurate information right now in regards to what specific streets. Right now, that all we know is that in this campaign, as it relates to this time period of the first year, we are going to be doing 500 as it totals for this installation program. Okay. So what we're doing is that we've had meetings with NPC 2 and NPC 3, spoken to Pastor French. One of my assistants has also did the other NPC, and we have disseminated the information on what our goals are. All the logistics have not been put into play. We are currently having meetings. We've had over the course of the last few months, we've had about 3 meetings that have been related to basically orchestrating this and also trying to make it successful with the involvement of people of the community like you. So Pastor French, as we disseminate information to her on updates and so forth, she will also let you all know who are part of the NPC and part of the church with regards to what our goals and plans are, and if you choose to be involved in this campaign and the assistance of the smoke alarm installations. This is a big thing for me because as the fire investigator for the city, it concerns me very much so when I have fire investigations, especially with fires that may potentially deal with fatalities, that may deal with individuals getting hurt. When I notice that there's no presence of smoke alarms in the house to warn people, to give them some type of notification that there's fire activity in a home. The Battle Creek Fire Department, as I said, we do continue to try to do our smoke alarm campaign. The unfortunate part about it is that it's only limited to my jurisdiction as it relates to the city of Battle Creek. So if you live in any of the outside townships or anything like that, unfortunately the program does not apply in those areas. But hopefully with you all maybe reaching out to your city hall, township halls or whatever, maybe that can maybe get some influence to also try to get some means of things going so that we can get not just for the city of Battle Creek but the whole community to have smoke alarms, because as I tell the kids in my prior presentation, smoke alarms help save lives. Okay? So the dates for these these campaign installations, we're looking at, let's see, for my notes here. For NPC 2, we're looking at September 21st and September 28th, time frames of 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Those are Saturdays. And then for NPC 3, we're looking, which is going to be the most current, it's going to be May 4th and May 11th. So those are the timelines that we're looking at. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Yes, when you speak of Battle Creek, give me a street, how far you go, east, west, north, south?
I can't give you a street, but what I can tell you is that when you start talking, if you're considered by taxes Emmett Township, if you're considered in Bedford Township, if you're considered Penfield Township, you are not in the direct city limits of what we consider jurisdiction of my jurisdiction boundary.
But Lakeview is.
Lakeview is, yes. Any other questions? Thank you for your time.
I heard it all.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Anita Harvey, and I stand here representing Battle Creek Public Schools. I serve as the Director of District Transformation for the community. I've been of the community for 13 years as a homeowner, as a proud parent of little Bearcats, and so this investment in our school system is personal for me. I'm here in the absence of our superintendent, Dr. Kimberly Carter, who is out of the state on school business. There's two things I want to share with you tonight. When students arrive at school and are in school and are participating fully in school, they are successful. However, what we've noticed is we have a community problem of chronic absenteeism. Our students are not coming to school on a regular basis, and if they do come, they are coming tardy, missing instructional time that is pertinent to their growth and development. Our teams have been assembled for years to study what are some of the barriers that our families and our students are facing so that we can address those head on. And so tonight you have some pamphlets in front of you, and if you do not have one, please let me know and I can make sure we get them to you. Our team has uncovered some barriers that we need to address as a community. So it's very exciting to hear Commissioner Morris speak about the transportation efforts of the city, because that is one of the barriers that our families face. But in light of that, there are some strategies that we are going to implement to help mitigate this chronic absentee problem. So if you are seeing students that should be in school during school hours, the first strategy is to ask, why are you not in school? What is it that we need to help you with that is getting in the way of you attending school on a regular basis? We have communities in schools at every site in our buildings that can help with clothing, that can connect them to home security, that can help them with transportational needs, that can help them with any needs of what they may be facing to another agency. So whatever the barrier is, we do have people dedicated to this work to help mitigate that. Academics is another one. When students fall behind their grade level, you don't really want to come to school because it's challenging. But we also have programs before and after school care to help gap fill those academic needs that they may have. And then we also have structures within the school that we target reading and math supports. Physical and mental health may also be a challenge. And we are so fortunate to have a partnership with Grace Health to have therapists in our buildings that have caseloads of students that may not be able to go outside of the school setting, but can see a therapist or a counselor on a regular basis. And then we also know that in growth and development, some students may experience bullying. And we are happy to say that we have a new program that is called OK to Say. And there's a link to this. If any student or family member is aware of a bullying situation, you can report it anonymously so that school personnel will get in front of that situation and it won't deter the student from coming to school. So all of these things are connected on the handouts that you have before you, but I really want to just say, when students are in school every day, they grow, they learn, they develop, and they thrive. We need to wrap our hands around our kids and make sure they show up every day. Now, the second message I want to share with you is, as part of my role and responsibility with Battle Creek Public Schools, I help develop innovative programs for our K-12 students. You may have seen some of the changes with Fremont International Academy or BC STEM Innovation Center that focuses on science, technology, engineering, and math for middle school. And even our high school has undergone a transformation of the Career Academies model that focuses on not only college and post-secondary education, but also career technical educational skills. So we are making those connections so that every student has a plan upon graduation. One of the very focal points that impacts most of the people and the residents in this room is Northwestern Middle School. And we are targeting Northwestern Middle School for total transformation. We have already identified that we're moving toward a visual and performing arts center that will house K through 8th grades. The board just recently renamed the school Northwestern Academy of Visual and Performing Arts. And thanks to you, we passed a bond so that we can redesign that school so that it reflects the programmatic shifts that we need to have for our kids, so that they will be in dance classes, so they will experience true art, graphic and visual performances. The auditorium is going to be revamped so that we can house theater performances. It is going to be an exciting experience for our kids. Not just with the extracurricular, but also in the classroom. Teachers are going to be required to make learning relevant through the lens of arts integration. So I know it's hard right now because some of our kids are not experiencing the best thing that they can at Northwestern, but we are working, we are planning, and we have a team of people that are in place to make sure our kids get the high quality education that each and every last one of them deserve. So please stay tuned to what is coming next. Our board meetings, and I do want to acknowledge our president of our board, Madam Patty Gray. Our board meetings are every second and fourth Monday at the administration building. We do regular updates of the progress that is happening with the development of our schools. So please stay connected. It's also streamed live on Facebook. So if you can't make it, log in so that you can understand what is happening in Battle Creek Public Schools, because great things are happening in Battle Creek Public Schools.
My name is Tricia Griggs. I am the Program Manager for Workforce Solutions. I work for Dr. Baskin. Yes, clap. Thank you so much for having me here today. So I work, as I said, with Kellogg Community College, the Workforce Solutions. It is innovative, accelerated credential training the W.K. Kellogg Foundation and Kellogg Community College provide an educational experience. We provide. You guys
Can't hear you.
Can't hear me? Can you hear me now? Okay. So my name is Trisha Griggs. I am the program manager at Kellogg Community College Workforce Solutions. I oversee 4 programs this year. It will be the CNA, the Corrections Connect, Office Readiness, and phlebotomy training. So it is innovative, accelerated credential training that we provide to Battle Creek residents. It is a free, tuition-free training, educational. With what I call 3 components: education, employment, and education and employment. So if they're underemployed, we want to get them to a livable wage. But we also offer them an opportunity to continue their education. The example that I like to use is that if a person is interested in the medical field, they can come and do the free training with the CNA, get certified with a micro-credential, and then they can continue on to get their education, maybe an MA or maybe an LPN. So that's the information that I have to share with you all today. Okay. So we also provide, for anyone that is accepted into the program, we provide a free laptop. We also give supportive services in the form of a food and gas card while they're in the program. And then if they continue on their education, we will give them $1,000 for 4 semesters to help them to achieve, whether it's an LPN or whatever their goal is, whether it's a certificate or an associate's degree at Kellogg Community College.
Good evening, or afternoon, or early evening. I'm Shanae Settles. I am a registered environmental health specialist with Calhoun County Public Health Department. I want to, thank you. I am a lifelong resident. I probably share that same sentiment with other people too. I am a proud Bearcat alumni. I am a proud Washington Heights resident, and I'm glad to see the turnout. It's a good thing. So a couple of things that I want to share that Calhoun County Public Health Department, as they come into our community, I want to let you know about some events. They have something called Ready, Set, Baby. I guess I got to keep it right here. Ready, Set, Baby, and that's for any new parents or anything like that. That's every second and fourth Tuesday from 3 to 4, and I'd be more than happy to give more information on that. As the spring comes and the weather gets better, our wellness wagon will be coming into our community, and that is a mobile clinic, and there are a lot of services that will be provided through there. Right now it's being stored because it's the winter and it's put away, but once the spring hits, you'll start seeing the wellness wagon come into our community. I would also ask that if there's anything that you would like to know about the health department, or if there's any kind of services or resources you want to know if it's available, please see me, and then I could connect you with the people that could give you the services that you want. And I thank you for your time.
Good evening. Reverend Doctor's making me talk. I didn't feel like I had anything to say. This microphone only has about 30 minutes on it. I'll do the best I can. My name is Preston Hick. I'm with Goodwill Industries, and Goodwill changes lives through the power of work. So if you get a chance to, I want to tell you why. Donate and shop at Goodwill. And here's why. So we have 10 counties, and we're doing wonderful things in all those counties, but in Battle Creek, this is what we're doing that's special. This is what we're doing in Battle Creek that's special. If you know of somebody that needs a job, it's a big difference. Wants a job, that's a big difference. Need a job, want a job, want to get a better job, or want to get promoted in their job, come down and see us. My office is right on Capitol Ave 15, right across from the Kellogg Foundation. Last year, about 4,000 people came through the door, and not enough of us came through the door. We don't have a shortage of resources. We don't have a shortage of talent, people in the building that can help. This last year, we did 2,300 free tax returns. If you know of somebody that's making under $70,000 a year and you want your tax prepared by an IRS approved program that's nationally recognized, come down there. If you want your kids to, listen, literally, it is free. And I'll say this because if you know the number of people that are paying $300 and $400 and $500 to get a basic tax return done because they need the money now, and the person that's preparing their taxes is saying, hey, if you do this now, give me that money, it won't hurt you because I can give it to you right now and you'll get it back on your tax return. You get your tax return back and it's $500 and they gave you $700. I've seen that. Yes. So there's a lot of poverty here. We're trying to get poverty eradicated in Battle Creek. Want a job, need a job, want to keep your job, want to get a better job. Big differences. If you come down there, you'll probably see that about 100 kids are going to get jobs this summer. I didn't see enough of us. If you come down there, you'll probably see that if you need help with utilities, with rent, getting yourself to work, staying at work, helping your kids get to work, is down there, but I didn't see many of us. So when you start to get donations and contributions from people like the IRS, the United Way, the Kellogg Foundation, where you can spend $1 million a year helping people, and I don't see many of us, my invitation to you this evening is to come down and see us. Let us be a part of the solution. Tell us what the problems are, what the gaps are, and we'll try to fill those out for you. And I'll say this, we can do that without being all up in your business. Is that enough?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Lynn Ward Gray, and I am your NAACP president right here in Battle Creek. And I just wanted to explain, in case you hadn't heard, Kerry Whitfield did step down at the end of the year for some health challenges, so please keep him lifted up in prayer as he faces those health challenges. As first vice president in our organization, I ascended to president, so I'll be serving this year, and then at the end of the year, we'll have our regular elections for a 2-year term. I just wanted to say a little bit about, you know, the oldest, the baddest, the biggest, the boldest, most feared, most revered civil rights organization in the country. That is the NAACP. And we are here doing our work in this community for 97 years. And as an organization, 100, and we just had our Founders Day, 115 years as an organization, founded in 1909. So, and it's all people power. So if you are not a member of the NAACP, we invite you to be a part of the local NAACP. We meet on the fourth Thursday at 5:30 p.m. at the Urban League building. Who are my NAACPers who are in the room so you can see who they are. And there we go, they're waving. So if you want membership, go see any of them. They'll tell you about it. I have some envelopes with me. We do our work by committee, so legal redress is very busy right now. Anyone who feels that there's been discrimination taking place, they come and work with that committee. We have political action, which is very busy this year. If you want to get involved with all elections, we have a coalition of organizations, nonprofits, that get together and put on forums and make sure information is getting out to the public about elections and voting. Shirley Tuggle chairs it for the NAACP, but we've got A. Philip Randolph and several other partners that we work with to make sure that we're getting out the vote. And then We also have a youth council that we're looking to revive, so 20 years and younger. Basically our middle school and high school students. We want to revive that youth council. Mr. Elliott is working with us on that. And so if you want to be involved with that, you have young people that you know, your son, daughter, granddaughter, neighbor, friend, whoever it is. We want to get them involved in the civil rights movement early so that they, they trying to erase our history, take the textbooks out and say that slavery was a work program, work training program. We know that's not true. So we got to stay vigilant. And so I just wanted to lift up the recent event that's coming up, and that's the Heritage Quiz Bowl. And we really appreciate the partnership that Battle Creek Public Schools offers every year. It's at Battle Creek Central. It's this Saturday at 10 o'clock, so come out and support the young people who have studied so hard for this competition. It's a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. If you want to volunteer for that event, do let me know. We really appreciate volunteers to help judge, to help timekeeping, etc. It's a really great community event. That's at 10 o'clock this Saturday, the 17th, at Central, at their Commons area. And I think that's everything. Thank you so much.
How y'all doing? Y'all hear me? No? Hold on. Oh, it's not on. You right. What about now? Yeah. Not better? Okay, there we go. I really just wanted y'all to talk to me. That's all. Right? Hey, listen, my name is Ezra Bell. I am the managing director for the Southwest Michigan Urban League. I have had the amazing blessing and the opportunity to spend the last maybe 2 months or so getting to know the community. I have seen a lot of faces. I have heard a lot of voices. I am immensely excited about the opportunities that we have here in the Battle Creek community. I've spent the last 20 years working in higher education. I've been responsible for helping students transfer to their four-year school of choice, right? And so I understand the importance of the cost of post-secondary education, right? The Bearcat Advantage, which has just been announced, is an amazing opportunity, right? An amazing opportunity. But it is important that we in our communities understand that just because somebody says that you have tuition free does not mean that that's all you need to complete the mission in college, right? And so we want to make sure that students have access to the tools. We want to be work in collaboration with the school board and any other entity that is about making sure that our babies have what they need in order to flourish and be successful. And we know that look like a number of different things, right? Not everybody want to go to college and sit in the lecture hall, right? Many individuals want to work with their hands. But I tell them all that, listen, that same credential you will find at a post-secondary institution 9 times out of 10. And if you're going to be a welder, let's make sure we get you some business administration understanding so you understand how you do your taxes and how to market your company and make sure that you can be your own boss, right? So, as we connect and we see each other in the community, do me a favor. Everybody raise their right hand. I promise. I promise. Now, everybody who heard you say you promise. Right? To stop by the Urban League and just share whatever your thoughts and processes may be, right? We can't get nothing done if we can't have a conversation. And the only way we can have a conversation is like the commissioner said, is if we show up, right? I can't do nothing about what they said or did before. I ain't even gonna try, right? But what I can do is promise you that we are willing to have a conversation, work collaboratively to support our babies.
That's right.
Y'all cool with that?
Cool.
Okay, thank you all. We appreciate you coming.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Whitney Wardell. I am the president and CEO of Neighborhoods Inc. of Battle Creek. If you are not familiar with Neighborhoods Inc., and I think most of you are, we are a nonprofit housing organization located right here in the Washington Heights area. Unlike a lot of people in this room, I am not originally from Battle Creek. I am a Chicago native, but I have been in Battle Creek for 10 years. I've been in Washington Heights now for 7. So I love this community, and I'm here to do you a justice. But this evening I want to talk to you a little bit about Neighborhoods Inc. and some of the things that we are doing there. Currently, so at Neighborhoods, we are home to the HARA. If you're not familiar with what the HARA is, that is the Housing Assessment Resource Agency. We are the lead agency for coordinated entry for our homelessness prevention as well as our rapid rehousing work. We are also the HARA for St. Joseph County, that's the Three Rivers, Sturgis, good area too. But I want to talk about the work that we do as a HARA. Because we have a lot of rentals in this area, and the programs that we have affect a lot of individuals. So with our rapid rehousing funds that we have, so if you know of anybody that is currently experiencing homelessness, and under our HUD Category 1 definition of homelessness, this is somebody who is sleeping in a place that is not meant for human habitation. They are sleeping in a car, they are at the park, they are in the shelters, any of those places, then you want to have them come down and see us. We can pay security deposits. We can pay anywhere from 3 to 6 months worth of rental assistance for those individuals. We also have a our homelessness prevention program. And with homelessness prevention, this is anybody that may be facing, can you hear me? Okay, there we go. Anybody that is currently facing eviction, we can pay up to 6 months worth of rental arrears for those individuals. Now, with these programs, keep in mind, there is an income limit on all of these programs. There's a 30% area median income. So if one of the questions that I get oftentimes, people assume that they can't receive the assistance that we have because they do not have income. But that's okay. We want to let them know that we can still assist you. And honestly, if you don't have income, that's the best time to come and see me, because if you do, then you may be over income and won't be able to get the help. So we definitely want to make sure that we're spreading that word. And I really stress that in this space right now. So currently, on an annual basis, we receive about $185,000 from MSHDA. That we all know that is not enough money to solve an issue. We are still having problems with homelessness in this community, and we need to ramp up our numbers and be able to provide accurate data to the state and to the federal government. So right now, we do have extra funds that we are currently in the process of trying to amend. They have to be spent by the end of this month, and that could be up to $43,000 that I do not want to send back to the state. They don't need it, we need it. So if you know people that are experiencing any of those issues, please, please, please have them come down and see us over at Neighborhoods Inc. So to talk about some other things that we are doing, if you are not aware, Neighborhoods Inc. also has rental properties. We have about 53 rental properties. That is a makeup of single-family homes. That is a few duplexes, a few quads, and that's also commercial properties. I can say that our properties at Neighborhoods Inc., they are along the affordable rates. I know if you go out to the Arbors or anywhere else, they are going to jack you for rent, and it is not fun. But with Neighborhoods Inc., we definitely try to keep those rates affordable and keep them where we can have people that are needing that space in single-family homes, things of that nature, that we can get them in there without breaking the bank and helping them as we put out our home buyer education classes, our financial literacy classes. Again, Dr. Hicks is here. We've partnered with Goodwill on financial literacy. We've also partnered with some of our local banks and credit unions for financial literacy as well. So into some of the other things that we are doing, we also have a home rehab program similar to what Dr. French is doing here at Washington Heights Church. We also have the Mish and My Home programs. I can say confidently that NIBC has received $1.3 million from the state of Michigan for home rehabs for this community. So that is super huge as well. And then to end it on a note, I would like to share with everybody that we are going to be launching a Path to Purchase program. So as we continue to try to promote home ownership, we will be unveiling a property where the individual who is selected for that home will be able to rent that home for the first 2 to 3 years as they go through credit counseling, financial literacy, and our home buyer education, and also work with some of our other financial institutions that we partner with to essentially purchase that home. So if homeownership is not available to them in this moment, we are trying to make a way to have ownership as an end goal for individuals who it may not be able to be, something that they can accomplish in this moment. I always like to let everybody know that it's never a no, it's just a not right now. So keep pushing. Thank you.
Hi, I'm honored to be here. My name is Helen Guzzo. I work for the City of Battle Creek, managing the Community Development Department. We get about $1.2 million in community development block grant dollars, and then we get about $32,000 in home dollars. Our home program does support the tenant-based rental assistance that NIBC has. So we're all about helping folks with their housing problems and helping homeless folks. We've got, through the federal government, we got $2 million from that have been going to the shelters, that's been going to Safe Place, that's been going to the Share Center to help address homelessness, because homelessness has gotten a lot worse since the pandemic, and we're trying to use those federal resources to help homelessness out. About $500,000 gets devoted to our minor home repair program every year. So it's 80% of area median income. It's people that make $42,000 a year or less for one household. We've repaired a lot of roofs. About half the money goes into roofs. So if you are a homeowner that needs a new roof or a new furnace, the minor home repair program that the City of Battle Creek it's open. We're accepting applications. And we helped 32 homes last year, and we're probably going to do 100 this year. Every time a homeowner that can't afford to replace their roof, we replace that roof. We prevent a vacant house later. We've been able to help folks stay in their home, maybe a home that they've owned for a long time. It's gone past through their family. So I'm really proud of the work the City of Battle Creek does. And I lived in Battle Creek. I moved here in 1997, and I've raised 2 kids that were born here, and I'm proud to be working for the City of Battle Creek. I worked for Calhoun County for 6 years administering senior millage, and when Chris Lucier went to work for the state, the city said, "How can you come back?" And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Right.
There's a question for you.
Does the city have their own construction companies they work with for replacing roofs, or do the people come to you with the estimate?
We fund that. It's a contract for the homeowner and the contractor, and we competitively bid it. But Jeff Beadlove here has replaced a lot of roofs for us, done a lot of interior work. We use local companies, and we also administer a lead remediation program for kids that get lead poisoned, because in Flint it was the water. Our water's pretty good in Battle Creek. It's the dust in our homes that poison children, because people buy a home that's in bad shape and then they start sanding it, and and it creates a lot of lead dust. So any home that was built before 1978 was painted with lead-based paint. And a little bit of lead-based paint can hurt a kid's development. And so we have to be really careful when we're sanding, and we got to be really clean. When you live in an older home, you really have to wipe off those windowsills, and you've got to keep a clean home so that the kids, lead is a little sweet, so if you have paint chips, the kid might like to eat it, and then it's affecting the development for the rest of their life. So in the last 6 years, our office has done 129 homes in Battle Creek and Calhoun County of families that have had lead-poisoned kids, or the kids are under age 6 in those homes. So we are looking for more contractors. We're looking for minority contractors, but we do not have a company. We use local-based, licensed and insured that do the work, and we have a quality control. So we go out and inspect. So it's the homeowner is assured that there's a quality product at the end. So good question. Thank you very much.
What is your organization again, please?
Pardon?
What is your organization again?
It's the City of Battle Creek minor home repair program. We're located at 104, Office 104 at City Hall on the main floor. And I want to recognize Michelle Salazar over here, who's our community development specialist. We have 8 of us in our office, and 3 of us are Spanish speakers. So we, Shauna Gamble is, she runs our lead-based, and she works out of Albion. So we have a great, diverse staff that I'm really proud to work with.
Thank you. I do want to take this opportunity, because I failed to mention it earlier. I want to take this opportunity and tell you my name again. It's Monique French, and I am standing before you to officially let you know that I am running again for your county commissioner for District 2. Jim?
Hi, I'm Jim Hansma. I too am running again for re-election to the House District 44, but I really want to talk with you about a friend of mine who's running for Township Supervisor in a special election in Bedford Township. How many of you here this afternoon, evening are from Bedford Township, if any? So I really want to talk to you, you know, yeah. So Shirley already has flyers for my friend Randy Johnson. He is in a special election for Bedford Supervisor on the 27th of February. There is an opportunity to go to the Township Hall right now and vote for Randy. Randy's an African-American, longtime City of Battle Creek employee. He has been Bedford trustee. He also has been Bedford Township Supervisor, elected in a special election back in 2018. This would be a period which would run through November 2024. And if Randy wins, he's likely going to run for a 4-year term in November 24. So we really need the support of everyone in Bedford. Get out and vote early at the Township Hall. We're starting Saturday through the following Saturday, I think. Thank you. Saturday through the following weekend, Sunday. So through the 25th, you can vote at the consolidated 9 days election center at Cool Community Center. And then you can also vote on the 27th at the various polling places. I think that's the Township Fire Department on Morgan Road. It's Lions Club in Bedford Village, and it's St. Jerome's Parish Church in Level Park. So please support Randy Johnson. If you have friends out in Bedford Township, I'd encourage you to give them a call or send them a text and indicate get out and vote now, and get out and vote, if you can't get out now, on the 27th for Randy Johnson, the Democratic candidate for Bedford Township Supervisor. Do you want me to say anything else about any other topics? Okay, thank you. Sorry for the proselytation on behalf of Randy, but we're trying to get the word out. And I also have yard signs. So if you have yards in Bedford and we can put up a sign for the next 12 days or so, please let me know. Thank you.
All right. My name is Jeff Breedlove. I'm the Community Affairs Director for the Church of Scientology. I also do construction in the area. And today I just want to talk about Youth for Human Rights. So this is based off of the Declaration of Human Rights. And that was adopted by the United Nations in 1948. So everybody on this planet has human rights. There are 30 of them. And this is a program for the youth. So it's not like it's very complicated. It's simplified so that youth can understand their human rights. And the first one, we are all born free and equal. And 2, don't discriminate. 3, the right to life. And so on through 30 different points. And these materials are free to anybody that wants to use them. You can give them away to kids. You can run an after-school program with them. We actually have videos that go along with each one of these human rights also. So there's actually an educator's kit that has a curriculum in it if you want to run a program with them. But these are materials that are free. We've used them in the community. We've had people in the community use them. I just want you to know that they are available and it's something for the youth. And yeah, I have information kits that have the booklets and the CDs in them. So if you are interested, you can raise your hand after this, and then I can run around and get you an information kit to look at. So that's what I had. There you go.
Okay, for your musical presentation today, what's it? Okay, that's enough. This is just to break the mood of the silence. But I'm Franklin Ballard, and I'm here as one of the lead musicians. 11:30 on Sunday morning, right here. Please come back. A. Philip Randolph Institute is actually. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. A. Philip Randolph Institute is very active in making sure that voter registration is available. So tonight we have a table over there with Brother Archie. Some of us from A. Philip Randolph Institute are here to actually have you register to vote. Now I'd say we may be the voters in here, but I guarantee you somebody in your house isn't, because they don't know how to feel one way or the other. We have to remember the rights that we have to do as people, from where we've come, where we've got to go, and we've got to just make sure those 18-year-olds that have come out of high school, your college students, all them, have them to understand why it is very important to vote. I look at people who reap the benefits by being silent. That's not fair. Do you agree? Yeah. So therefore, it's up to us who know about voting and know how to be radical with saying it is important that our vote counts. Vote. Do that. Don't sit back, woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay, there we go. My husband says I don't need a mic anyway. I talk loud. So my name is Shar Goolsby. I am from Detroit. And I just recently learned that my family owns some property here in Battle Creek that has not been very well taken care of over the years. Once my husband and I found out about that, we got up here quickly to see what we could do about that property. We met with Dr. Bayless, we met with Dr. French, to find out how that property could be a contribution to the community of Battle Creek. We're entrepreneurs in Detroit, and we think that we can do well and do good at the same time. So this is my third trip up here. I met with the city, I met with these two ladies and their organizations, and we're in the process of really looking to see what we can do to be better neighbors. So you'll be seeing me up here a lot. I talked to my husband about maybe getting a little place up here so that we can be up here during the construction. We have some construction companies come out to take a look at the property to tell us what the highest and best use for it is. But we want to hear from the community. I talked to Dr. Bayless and I talked to Dr. French about what you guys need here in terms of housing and training and, you know, what do you need? Right? Because we just don't want to come in and say this is what we want to do. We want to find out what it is that you need. So my husband's name is Conrad. You'll be seeing him. And David Hembry is a friend of ours that lives up here. He's going to be like our boots on the ground working with it. We're going to get it safe. We understand that there's some issues with the front of the building. Just give us a minute. Might be able to talk to you about that. Getting some scaffolding built around the front to get it safe.
And just give us a minute. We're going to take care of it. It's probably going to take us a couple, maybe a year or so before we can get a shovel in the ground. But we need to do a proper assessment, fire department, everybody that's in the room, to see what we can do to be a contribution to the city. So you guys are going to see me around a lot. Hopefully there's a realtor in the room that can point me in the direction, a realtor in the room that can point me in the direction of a little condo or something while we're here. But I just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Shar Goldsby, and you'll be seeing a lot of me. So you guys, thank you.
Hello. Hi. My name is Shirley Tuggle. I'm a native of Battle Creek Central, KCC, all the above. We're a retired registered nurse and now a very avid community worker, supporter. We are missing an opportunity in politics. I recently learned that we had a gentleman, Randy Johnson, bewail the fact that he's an African American, who has stepped out on faith to be a part of a process where he lives. I don't know how many in this room are part of Bedford, but it didn't matter what. We need more of our men and our women to step forward into politics. You see everything that's happening around us, and we don't have a voice because we're not sitting at the table. Randy wants to run. I want to help Randy run. I also serve on the Planning Commission for Bedford Township. We need to be active folks. We talk about entrepreneurs, talk about land. What do you think the Planning Commission does in both Bedford, any township in the city? Talk about zoning, changing zoning to be appropriate for business, for commercial, for residential. All of these things happen at these tables, and we should be a part of the table conversation. But we have to get involved. Don't have to know a whole lot, but we can learn. I never thought I'd be worried about what is agricultural, what is commercial in my little spot. But we need to know that. And then the other thing, I'm proud of what Janisha's saying on transportation. Seniors, I'm a senior. How many seniors have cars now? Due to medical conditions, you don't have transportation. You need transportation somewhere else. Those are just my comments because I love Pastor French. But we just need to get involved. And thank you for this moment, Pastor.
One of them all. Here we go. I do want to thank everybody for taking your time to come out. Are there any questions? We want to make sure that our community is well informed, and so we will be having more of these forums, and then also having an opportunity so you can express some concerns that you may have. Again, we have the Neighborhood Planning Council meetings here the second Monday of every month at 6 p.m. And so we encourage you, please, to come out to those meetings so that you can share your concerns, you can be a part of planning for this great community, and we can all work together, because I believe that it's important for all of us to work together and to make this a beautiful place, because Washington Heights is the place to be.
Amen.
Because this is a Thursday, and I do have another job, the county commission job that you all elected me to do, I have to leave here and go to county commission meeting. So I always like to leave people with these words. I love you all. There's nothing you can do about it. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.